Hello dear students. In this video, packing part 2nd, we will continue from 4th paragraph. In part 1, till 3rd paragraph was described. Let's begin from 4th paragraph onwards. However, I did not say anything but started packing. See, Jerome was not willing to do the entire packing. His real intention was to boss the job or to supervise the job. But ultimately, because his friends surrendered and they decided they would not do anything, so Jerome couldn't say anything and he had started doing the packing himself. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be, but I got the bag finished at last, and I sat on it and strapped it. Though it was a tedious task, the packing was a very difficult task. Earlier he did not plan so, but finally he was capable to complete. And after packing the bag, he sat on it and he just locked it. "Aren't you going to put the boots in?" said Harris, and I looked around and found I had forgotten them. Now, when he had finished the packing of the bag, suddenly Harris said that you had not packed the boots. Have you packed the boots? And he found that he had forgotten to pack the boots. That's just like Harris. He couldn't have said a word until I had got the bag shut and strapped, of course. He did not like this attitude of Harris, that Harris used to do this. He wanted to make his work double, because until the bag was packed completely, he didn't say a single word, and now he is saying so. And George laughed, one of those irritating, senseless laughs of his. They do make me so wild. And when Harris said that the boots were not packed, I also was in trouble, and George was laughing. This irritates me a lot. I opened the bag and packed the boots in, and then just as I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred me. Had I packed my toothbrush? I don't know how it is, but I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. So he opened the bag, he packed his boots. Again, this time he was about to close the thing. Suddenly, one idea, very horrible idea, came in his mind, that is, have he packed the toothbrush? And it happened with him every time as far as the toothbrushes are concerned. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I am traveling and makes my life a misery. Because every time packing of his toothbrush used to create trouble for him. Misery meaning pain for his life. I dream that I haven't packed it, and I wake up in the cold perspiration, sweating, and get out of bed and hunt for it. Whenever he was going anywhere, this idea used to occur in his mind that he had forgotten to pack his toothbrushes. And sweating starts coming up, and he started searching for it. He is telling what generally occurs with him whenever it is the packing term of toothbrushes comes. And in the morning, I pack it before I have used it, and have to unpack again to get it. And it is always the last thing. I turn out the bag, and then I repack and forget it, and have to rush upstairs for it at the last moment and carry it to the railway station wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. See, many times all sort of stories were there in his mind related to toothbrush packing. At time he haunted, then he packed it before using it, and early morning when he need to use the brush, again he had to repack. Sometime he had packed, and then he tried to search whether it is packed or not. So many of the times such activities going on, and sometime he had to carry that toothbrush to the railway station packed in his handkerchief and kept in the bag. So this used to be his haunted memories of toothbrushes. Again, this time it happened suddenly. Before closing, he realized whether it is packed or not. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course, I could not find it. The same thing repeated this time as well. He had to turn each and everything from his bag, and he was not capable to find his toothbrush. I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created and when chaos resigned. See, when you do packing once properly, that is something else. But next time when you are repacking the things, then the things are not coming in this way. And now he had become very panic because he was not getting his toothbrushes. As a result of that, it seems everything was a chaos. Though he had completed the packing task, but now again it seems he had to pack everything. Of course, I found George and Harris 18 times over, but I couldn't find my own. He said that I found George and Harris toothbrushes 18 times, meaning again and again he was going to encounter George and Harris toothbrushes. But as far as his own toothbrush is concerned, he was unable to get his own. So this way he became the sufferer of this habit. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. He repacked each and everything. He shook the things and tried to find out from anywhere his bag would come out. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. I repacked once and I found it inside a boot. I repacked once again. And at last, finally, he got his toothbrush inside a boot. Then he repacked. When his packing completed, George asked whether the soap was in because they were going on picnic. So all the basic amenities they had to carry with them. So George did not speak his mouth when the bag was open. Now he inquired about soap. I said I didn't care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it was not. And I slammed the bag shut and strapped it. See, now Jerome K. Jerome was so irritated with this packing task that he said, I damn care whether the soap was in, the soap was out. Then he slammed, meaning with force he closed the bag and he did not bother to find it out and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and I had to reopen it. In anger, he kept his specs inside it. As a result of that, again without specs he was unable to do anything. So again he had to reopen it and find his spectacles. I got shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. Around 10:05 p.m. he was over with his packing task, repacking, reopening, repacking, again packing. So it was completed around 10:05. And then there remained the hampers to do. Hampers meaning large baskets for carrying food. Now the other things they have packed. Now he has packed. Now it is the turn for food items. And food items need to be packed on hampers or big baskets, open baskets. Harris said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time and thought that he and George had better to do the rest. Now Harris suggested, because soon they had to go, it's better that Harris and George should do the packing of hampers and he should leave it. And I agreed and sat down and they had a go. Now the same thing was repeated by Jerome K. Jerome. He sat down and George and Harris had started packing the hampers. They began a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. Because Jerome created a lot of fuss, so this time George and Harris wanted to show Jerome how packing tasks should be done. So they started in a very cool and relaxed way, and they wanted to show the model way of doing this packing task. I made no comment. I only waited. Now Jerome was waiting. He did not make any comment whether it was right, wrong, anything. With the exception of George, Harris is the worst packer in this world. Now, according to Jerome, the writer's idea that Harris used to be the worst packer because he did not have any hope for George as well. But he said, if we leave George, Harris is the worst packer.